Good morning, afternoon, or evening, all of my outdoor adventurous friends. This is the Outdoor Gypsy, where I try and bring you the highest quality content that I can in as little of time as possible. I'm backpacking all across North America and the United States. If you enjoy this video, go ahead, trample all over that like button down below, consider subscribing, and drop me a line if you have any questions. Stay tuned all the way till the very end of the video, where I will be sharing my thoughts, tips, tricks, things you may want to know before you go on this adventure. Without further ado, my girlfriend and our good friend Martha are going to be backpacking the Tubal Cain trail just behind me. Hope you enjoy. Let's get some nature love. All right, everybody, welcome back. As you can see here on my All Trails app, this hike will take you 19 miles to complete with an elevation gain of around 4,500 feet. As you can see on my Koros app, we had a little bit greater distance and time just because on day 2 we decided to take a spur trail that took us to the top of Buckhorn Peak. I will be providing a little bit more information on that in just a few moments. Getting to the Tubal Cain trailhead is a little bit of an effort. You're going to need to take the Dungeness Forks Road, which is a 13-mile dirt road, and it's going to take you approximately an hour to take this dirt road since it twists and turns and weaves all over the place. You will not need a special high ground clearance vehicle. You can take a normal regular car. It just might take you a little bit longer to drive the road. The good news is you're going to be surrounded by tons of beautiful views on every inch of this road, so not to worry. The Tubal Cain trailhead parking lot itself is quite accommodating. It holds around 10 to 15 cars. Even if you get there a little bit late and there are not enough spots for you, there are plenty of spots just surrounding the trailhead with open spots on the side of the road, so don't worry too much about parking. One suggestion I would have here would be, if you are going to backpack Tubal Cain, I would suggest camping overnight in the Dungeness Forks campground, or car camp / makeshift tent camp at the Tubal Cain trailhead. That way you're not having to drive 2, 3, 4 hours to get to the trailhead and then you have to start your journey. Otherwise it's going to be a really long day. The hike itself was 10 out of 10, would highly recommend. We'll definitely be doing this one again. I just can't say enough good things about it. Let's start with the trail itself. It's beautifully maintained, it's very soft on the feet and very forgiving. The ascent and the elevation gain is very gradual, even though it's consistent, and I just found it to be very appealing. You're gonna start hiking through rhododendron bushes, and if you hit this at the right time of year when they're in bloom, it's just spectacular. That will eventually lead you into this very mysterious moss-covered forest, and that in and of itself is beautiful. Eventually, the forest will switch back in and out with these cliffside meadows that just house beautiful and numerous amounts of wildflowers. And then eventually, you'll make your way up to Buckhorn Pass, and Buckhorn Pass will eventually lead you to Marmot Pass, and on this section of trail between the two of these is just astounding. Just views, panoramic views, it's just beautiful. You'll know what I mean when you're up there. Initially, before we had started this trip, we had every intention on camping at Camp Mystery for our final camp spot. As we were hiking from Buckhorn Pass to Marmot Pass, we were just astounded by the views and we said, heck, we gotta camp here at Marmot Pass. We did set up camp at an already made campsite. From what I could tell, there are about 4 or 5 sites if you look hard enough in and around the Marmot Pass area. The only downside is if you do decide to camp here at Marmot Pass, you will have to go a little bit further down towards Camp Mystery where you're gonna have to fill up with water, as there is no water actually at Marmot Pass. Speaking of water, there are plenty of opportunities for you to fill up with water along the beginning parts of this trail. Once you get to Buckhorn Lake, that will be the last stop on the train to fill up with water until you are to Camp Mystery. After Camp Mystery, depending on where your trek takes you, I cannot give any more advice. As far as big game is concerned, unfortunately, on our trek this time, we did not see any. The good news was we did see signs of mountain goat on the trail. We saw some hoof prints on the trail, and we saw a bunch of marmots at Marmot Pass. Go figure, I believe it was very appropriately named. Despite not seeing a ton of large game or wildlife, we did get to see an absolutely astounding amount of wildflowers, some of which are the rhododendron, fireweed, Indian paintbrush, western columbine, aster, lupine, bunchberries, twin flowers, sagebrush, false dandelion, fleabane, rockslide larkspur, thimbleberry, harebell, angelica, and Henderson phlox. There were also a few that we did see that I'm not too sure of the names of, so I will leave these pictured here. Day 2, we packed up camp, started heading back towards Tubal Cain trailhead to end our trip. And once you get to around Buckhorn Pass region, you're gonna see a trail that almost kind of backtracks the way at which you just came from Marmot Pass. Take that little junction that will take you up to the top of Buckhorn Mountain. And I would highly suggest it if you have a couple of extra hours, because the views up there are just astounding. Panoramic views of the entire Olympic Peninsula, and you'll get to see St. Helens as well as Rainier amongst some others. All right, that's it for me for now for this trip. As always, I am the Outdoor Gypsy. I'm signing off for now, but I will see you guys on the next adventure.